Today we're going to learn a method to construct accurate ellipses in perspective. First, we need to study a flat circle to understand how to translate that into perspective. We know a perfect circle will fit exactly in a perfect box. There's something called the point of tangency. These points of tangency are tangent or touch the surrounding box, and they're going to help us to find the ellipses inside the square easier and more accurate. To find these points of tangency, I'm going to make my circle into half by drawing a cross in the middle inside the circle. Now we have 4 equal sections inside the square. These 4 points of tangency show the widest parts of the circle. And again, we need to draw an X shape from corner to corner to divide it again into 8 equal triangular sections. I mean these smaller triangles. And then we'll have 4 points at the ends of these lines that are our points of tangency. Then we subdivide it again to get 16 smaller squares to find more points for a more accurate ellipse. And then draw a diagonal through each of the 4 corners. We draw a line from corner to corner on the upper section, from this corner to this one. I chose another color to make it more clear to understand. Where the line intersects the outermost dividing line is a point our circle passes through, which means it will also be a point our ellipse passes through. We do this again on the other side of the same row and mark the point where it crosses the outer dividing line on that side. It's an easy trick, it's not really that difficult. Again, I'm gonna mark this one. Then we repeat this in each of the outer sections. So these lines go to the opposite side, right? The opposite corner from top to down, if you count this row as a box. To find where to put these marks, I consider the first square, and then as I'm going to the opposite corner, the first side of this square that meets this line is where I'm going to put my mark on. It's true for each of these. These are the marks that will help us to draw our circle. This can be really confusing with all of these lines if you forget to mark the points at each step. So mark the points after each new line you draw. Now we have 12 points to help us construct our ellipse. These points plus our points of tangency give us 12 points that we know the ellipse will touch, making this a really accurate approach. Now let's try this on a perspective scene. We have our horizon line and 2 vanishing points as usual. And to truly draw an accurate ellipse, we need to start with a perfect square plane in perspective, which I already drew one. And to see how to construct a perfect cube in perspective, you can check the link above. Again, let's draw a cross and an X shape to find the center and points of tangency, as we did before on a flat circle. Then divide into 16 squares by finding the middle of each of these smaller squares. Let's mark the points of tangency. Next, draw lines corner to corner in the outer sections to find the other 8 points. Mark each point as you go so you don't get confused with the number of lines. It can be a real mess here. This is a method I'm really comfortable with and it's super accurate. I really like this approach. Of course, there are other ways that other artists use to construct accurate ellipses in perspective, but this is the one I examined and I really recommend it. Then let's just connect these points to perfectly shape an accurate ellipse in perspective. And here's our ellipse. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video.